Chairman of the Joint Chiefs says that the Taliban now has momentum as the Americans bomb Taliban that's assaulting Kandahar.
That's right, Peter. We heard last week the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milley, gave a briefing in which he said, and there's no question to doubt this, that it now appears that the Taliban have the strategic momentum. Indeed, General Milley said that the Taliban now control about half of Afghanistan's 419 districts. So according to the Department of Defense, that's about 212 odd districts under the Taliban's sway, which is up from 81 just a month ago, according to the Pentagon. Then, just the next day, the American military launched a series of airstrikes on Thursday and Friday, one of which was in or around the southern city of Kandahar, the country's largest metropolis. Now, that city is currently surrounded on three sides by the Taliban, and the US military was brought in to launch an airstrike. According to the Associated Press, there was about 4 airstrikes in different parts of the country targeting Taliban military hardware and some fighting positions. Now, this is not what the Americans are hoping to see. They don't want to be using their air support to be helping Afghan troops. They don't have the logistics to be able to communicate as they once did when they had Americans in the field with them. So the general gave a pretty dire set of possibilities that may be ahead for Afghanistan. He said there may be a negotiated political outcome, but he said there may be a complete Taliban takeover or a return to warlordism. Either way, the general said he doesn't think the end game has been written yet.
Why would the Taliban accept those terms, though, Michael? They've got all the momentum at the moment. If they could just carry on and take what they want.
Well, that's exactly right, mate. Now, militarily on the battlefield, the Taliban knows its strength. But what people are counting on is the post-battle. When the Taliban sees itself ruling, whether it's parts of the country or all of the country, the Taliban claims they want international recognition. The diplomats are betting on the fact that the Taliban are craving that recognition. And in that way, it's hoped that even though they may win on the battlefield, the Taliban may be tempered if they form a new regime. But I wouldn't be holding my breath.
OK, well, we'll see. On to Anthony Fauci and an interview that he's done with CNN, Michael, on COVID and Delta cases and calling it a pandemic now for the unvaccinated. Oh.
Yes, mate. Well, yeah, you're there. This is the thing. This is what's being said, that right now there's a huge surge of cases here in America, and it is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. But 97 to 99% of the people who are getting sick or going to hospital or dying are unvaccinated. The thing is that it's almost as if this vicious Delta variant is targeting conservative voters. Because if you look at the map, in the areas where there's the lowest rates of vaccinations, which is high rates of infections, they are conservative.
We might have to leave that one. Michael's having some... No?
It appears that counties that voted for Donald Trump are being hit hard. And in Florida, 1 out of every 5 new infection is coming from that one conservative state. So much so that the Republicans seem to be taking on a new tone. The governor of Florida, who has pushed back against all mandates and restrictions, finally urged the people of his state to get vaccinated. The Republican minority whip in the House of Representatives, he finally got vaccinated and urged the people from his state to do it too. And then on Fox News, which has been a home to a lot of vaccine questioning, we saw its primetime host, Sean Hannity, call for his viewers to go out and get vaccinated, and we saw a morning host do the same thing. Now, at the end of the day, this is where the rub is. There was one doctor here in America, he says, I'm getting teenagers going into ICU, and just before I have to intubate them, they beg, please give me the vaccine. And he has to tell them, I'm sorry, it's too late. And one Florida mother who was on television this morning, she didn't get vaccinated. Her and her husband thought that the day would be fine. She's in her early 40s. She nearly died. She appeared on TV with oxygen and said, just get the bloody jab.
We're going in the wrong direction. If you look at the inflection of the curve of new cases, and as you said in the run-in to this interview, that it is among the unvaccinated. And since we have 50% of the country is not fully vaccinated, that's a problem. It's really an outbreak among the unvaccinated. So this is an issue predominantly among the unvaccinated, which is the reason why we're out there practically pleading with the unvaccinated people to go out and get vaccinated.